Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol Ped. Now here's a simple question for you. What happens when you take an already brilliant car, the BMW M2 Competition, and make it even better? Well, it's a simple answer. The M2 CS. Now the M2 Competition is a pretty hardcore car, I think you'll agree. 400 horsepower, rear wheel drive, superb, precise handling. I drove one at Bedford Autodrome last year on track and it impressed me greatly. So when I came here today to Bicester Heritage Centre at the invite of BMW UK, and they said, would you like to drive the new M2 CS? Sorry you can't drive it on the road, but we do have a handling circuit where you can drive it without worrying about speed limits. I jumped at the chance. So this is the M2 CS, an even more hardcore version of the M2 Competition. But what makes this car so very, very special?
The M2 CS is powered by a 3-litre twin-turbo straight-six, with power up from the 404 bhp of the M2 Comp to 444 bhp. The torque is the same at 406 foot-pounds. It has stiffer active dampers and an electronic limited slip diff. The CS has lots of carbon, a carbon fibre front splitter, carbon fibre reinforced plastic bonnet and carbon fibre roof. The CS looks more aggressive and has more downforce than the M2 Comp, but the weight is the same. Both weigh 1,575 kilos. 0 to 60 is dispatched in 4.2 seconds in the manual, or 4 seconds in the optional £2,100 8-speed DCT. All this comes at a hefty price, £75,355, best part of £25,000 more than the M2 Comp. It had best be good.
See, a pretty special car. So the next choice I had was, did I want to have a flappy paddle DCT box or a 6-speed manual? Well, of course, I went for the manual. And this blacked out beast in front of me is what I'm gonna be able to put to the test on the handling circuit. A couple of standout features for me straight away with this car. Firstly, there's lots of lovely bits of carbon fibre goodness all over the place. But look at these wheels! Oh, these are absolutely stunning. I think the gold goes so well with the black of the rest of the car, but then we've got carbon ceramic brakes as well. But enough of me walking around the car. The big question I want to ask now is, can I get this car sideways? Of course I can. Right, let's jump in and go for a spin. Okay guys, now then, if you've seen my GP3 video, you will know that at this media day we have to wear masks. Because of the insurance, I'm not allowed out on the track on my own, so I do have someone sat in the passenger seat. And because there's two of us in the car, we have to wear masks. So before anybody says anything in the comments about COVID and masks, that's it, right? So anyway, M2 CS. So the M2 I drove before at Bedford last year, again with BMW, was a flappy paddle. I haven't actually driven a manual M2 before, so I'm very much looking forward to this. And now this is the same handling circuit I had the pleasure of driving the little GP3 on before. So let's just warm into the car. So it's a very special car in terms of spec and setup. I'm expecting great things and I don't think I'm going to be disappointed. Yeah, no, I'm not disappointed. First throttle is always a good indication of whether you're going to enjoy something. Now hopefully, as I get a little bit more confident in the car, I've got, at the moment I'm in an M2 mode, so I'm in Sport Plus and I've got the DSC off just one click, so the traction control systems will just help me a little bit, but I've not got everything fully off. I guess if I really wanted to go Yahoo, yeah, it still lets you go quite a long way though, doesn't it? I I got everything fully off, I'm just checking.
Yeah, I think that might be fully off.
Is it? Excellent.
Do you want me to turn
let's go back, dial back a little bit. That was quite interesting. We fully off.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, we're now on M. I was actually told. I was told I couldn't go fully off, and I accidentally turned it fully off. Sorry about that, my brave passenger. So you can feel it kicking in a lot more now. I don't think there's any chance of me being a complete Yahoo hero. It's funny, this little handling circuit when I drove the GP was perfect. But in this car, I just feel you want to stretch its legs a little bit more. That said, it's got very direct nose, very direct front end. The pace out the corner is very different from the Mini, that's for sure. 400 plus horsepower and man. Then obviously on this model we got the carbon ceramic brakes, which are again something that you learn to trust and grow with. I'm going to have such a short space of time in this car, I doubt I'm going to really get anywhere near their capability, but that little switch of this car's good, really good. Yeah, it's really good. So here we go, what, 3-4 laps in, you start to feel a little bit more confidence in the car. So the more you drive this car, the more at home you become with it, the more trust you give it. And believe me, it has an awful lot more to give than I can ask of it. Its front end, the turn-in is just unbelievable. It's so confidence inspiring, and with this kind of traction half off, you can really get on the gas and you know it's not going to do anything too naughty. The brakes are unbelievable. So they should be. Carbon ceramics, they're an expensive thing, and if you were going to track this car a lot, it's certainly what you'd want. But this change of direction to this little left and right here is just it's just incredible. When you get to drive these cars on the road, you always get a sense of frustration that you never really know what they can do. But look at that, a little bit of slip at the back, but nothing too much. Revving all the way to 7,000 RPM on those anchors down into second gear, and you can just feel yourself getting quicker and quicker and quicker, which probably isn't a good thing. Oh, man, this car's good. I could drive this car around this circuit all day until the fuel runs out or the tyres go pop. Sadly, I don't think BMW will let me do that. But look on the power. The big question is this CS worth the extra money over a standard M2 comp? My honest answer to that is, it depends how good a driver you are. Because if I'm an okay driver, you know, but I honestly, a standard M2 comp would be able to do all of these things for me. If, however, you're a proper handy peddler, or you just want the cachet and the kudos of having an M2 CS, buy one. Because believe me, they're sensational. By the manual box as well. It's so nice driving such a high performance car with that sense of connection that you get from a manual gearbox. It's, that steering feel is just, it's really good. It's a shame I'm wearing a mask, otherwise you'd be able to see just what kind of massive moronic grin I've got on my face. The other thing that's very frustrating about this is this little handling circuit is so short. I'm not really able to open the taps at all. You know, third gear is about where I'm getting. I'm going to back off now and just let things cool down a little bit. Woo! What a car. I mean, seriously? When you look forward to driving a car as much as I have driving this little M2 CS, and you get to drive it without the limits of, you know, speed limits and all the boring things you get on the road, when you can really put it through its paces, I'm sure it's a car that the more time you more seat time you have, the faster you get, the more comfortable you get. What a thing. Anyway, massive thank you to BMW UK for the invite today and letting me put this car through its paces properly. But I hope you've enjoyed that one, guys. If you have done so, please give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol. Plenty more content to come. I'm going to go and find myself a coffee in a nice, quiet, relaxing place. But I'll see you on the next film, guys. You take care. Drive safe.